Hey guys, what's up? For this replay today, we will see a Diamond 5 Thresh game. Or, I'm sorry, not Diamond. Wow. Gold 5 Thresh game. Gold 5. So, in this bot lane matchup, we're going to have Thresh versus Thresh and Ezreal versus Graves and Sona. So let me just go ahead and start doing this. So this matchup is, Graves Sona is a high burst lane. They're really dangerous in 6 because of the very strong AoE burst damage they have. Thresh Ezreal is definitely a lot scarier in the probably around level 2. Gravestone has a very strong level 1. So this matchup is pretty even. There's kind of various power swings at different levels, but it stays pretty even. Mostly a skill-based matchup. You guys are obviously have the disadvantage of Sona having sustain and you do not. However, you have the advantage that you provide a lot more CC and utility than Sona. So this, for this replay, I was asked to specifically focus on on team fighting and how they could have done team fighting better. So I'm not going to go as in depth on lane things unless I see very obvious mistakes. I do want to talk about one cool tip you can do on supports with hooks, like Blitzcrank and Thresh. If you beat your opponent to lane, you can drop a ward in here right away. And I didn't see if you actually did this. Let's just go back. Yeah, so it looks like you did. Oh, how is this ward here? Oh, we got there really early. Okay, so it looks like you did this. You ordered this really early, and that lets you get an easy hook because most supports are going to do this. They're going to instinctively go to the bush and sit in the front of the bush because they don't know you have it warded. Unfortunately, because you had the leash. Oh, what skill did you take? Yeah, like you should have hooked Sona right there. She walked up right next to you. Like right there, you should be hooking Sona. I don't know why you're not. You should be hooking her, punishing her for being so aggressive and getting so close to you. And just taking the free damage. You don't have to all in it, but it's just free damage. Just hitting with the hook is a lot of damage. I mean, it's 82 damage. And that said, so you went entirety of level 1 having tons of hook opportunities on Sona and never taking them. So why take hook level 1? You should just take E at level 1 if that's how you're going to play. I like taking E on level 1 on Thresh. It's still great CC if you get in range for a flay. In fact, it's probably, well, I'm not going to say it's more powerful CC than Q, but it's very strong CC, and it makes your auto attack harass just really, really powerful to deal with. In a lane like, and when you're laning like this, maybe you're too afraid to hook Sona because you don't want to go on Sona instead of Graves, but you can, like I said, just hook Sona, get the free damage, and call it good. You know, you can always do that. Just make sure you're auto attack harassing. So I'll go ahead and rewind this fight and talk about some mistakes you made. Good job picking up the kill though. You're gonna die for that. So you're gonna trade kills. So you force Graves to flash. So that's actually not terrible. But let's watch through this one more time and see what happens. So you land the hook on Sona. They go all in, they exhaust the Ez. This is a big turning point in this fight though. You flay the wrong direction, you fling them onto Ezreal. That's not good. If you flung them the other way, Graves would have been too far to keep auto attacking, Ez would not have had the barrier there. Another thing that you should have done here is, well, it's hard to say. That did force Graves flash, which is good. I was gonna say you had a nice creep wave right here, and if instead of running down and then going into this bush, there's a chance that you guys could have turned this if you fought in the creep wave and had all these minions helping you fight. But since you ran this way and this way, the minions de-aggroed off Graves. So just try to keep in mind minion waves and fights. If you're committed to a fight like that and it's going to be really hard for you to get out, you can always fight in the minion wave and that's always going to help you. Overall though, that wasn't bad, but you did a big misplay by flying the wrong direction there. That was not good. That's every summoner. Oh, Graves didn't burn barriers, so that's actually not that good for you. So Graves stays alive, which means he gets CS. He gets a kill and Ezreal just gets an assist. And Graves didn't have to barrier. So you guys are in kind of rough shape. If Ezreal last hits well on this tower, one thing you can do... Well, Ez has 2 Doran's Blades, so they should be able to last hit everything properly here. But if you notice when your support, if your AD doesn't have enough AD to last hit a ranged minion after 1 tower hit, just help him out by hitting every ranged minion once. As Thresh, it can be hard sometimes because you might actually be able to... Oh, you have 14 AP? What is going on with your runes and masteries here? Oh, it's your souls, never mind. I was like, what? Oh, that's still only 9 AP though, so you have 6 AP? I don't know why you have 6 AP. I don't know what runes and masteries you're running, but I wouldn't take AP on Thresh. Some Threshes do run flat 80, just because of the way that your E makes your auto attack scale. It makes your auto attacks hurt really hard. So one advantage of Thresh is very potent lane to gank. So you should communicate with your jungle and tell Xin Zhao to come through lane and come with a lane gank, because a lane gank with Thresh is extremely, extremely powerful. Or Vi, whoever's your jungle. Vi's your jungle. Jhin is your top lane. Good hook on Graves right there. Really good job. Good play. Really good play right there. That's just solid Thresh. You just hook him, you Q yourself in, you fly him into your carry. Good play there. And in fact, you can even dive this Sona. You know that she doesn't have any summoners. In a situation like that, help your AD carry shove the lane into the tower. Alright, then you guys should back right now. And this is something that you and Ezreal are both not doing well right now, but you can communicate about this and help him arrive at this decision. As it stands right now, Graves was coming back into lane stronger, even though you just killed him, because he just got an opportunity to buy that you guys haven't had yet. And so it's not good wave management to not go back to base right here. Looks like Ez is ulting. Maybe he does want to back, but this is something you communicate with and tell your guy. Okay, so good chunk on the Sona. I don't think you guys have kill potential since Ez uses ult to clear wave. You do have to be careful about this. You need to be there auto attacking the Graves, helping this Ez continue the fight. But that was fine. So that was good chunking. If Ez had his ult, that would have been a kill. You need to recall. There's no reason for you to stay here while Ez is not here. You have enough gold to pick up like your ruby crystal and more wards, and that's all you need. I mean, I guess maybe you're trying to stay for the full sight zone, which is fine. I don't know why Graves is letting you get these CS. He shouldn't be. He can definitely 1v1 you. In fact, he still has ult and everything, so it's dangerous for you to stay and be so aggressive like that. Just have such aggressive positioning, because he could have definitely punished you for that. He could have definitely forced you back, but he's content with letting you farm, I guess, and just pushing the wave in. But you're really chunked. Vi's level 7, so Vi's doing a good job. She's pretty strong. I guess Hecarim's level 7 too. Okay, so you waited really long to do that hook. You kind of ran at them up here, and you could have hooked earlier there. You also threw your lantern for Ez, who didn't take it, which is fine. Sometimes that sucks when your ADs don't take your lanterns, but... You do have to respect their level 6 burst potential. Oh, great hook. Okay, so that was just well played right there. Just great Thresh play. Oh, Sada's not even 6 yet. Oh, Ez flashing for that kill. He's gonna die. You can help your AD carry out here instead of going on their support. I mean, if you kill Sona, it's worth it. But you didn't kill her. So that's unfortunate. You should have just stuck with your 80 carry. He was really extending there to try to kill that Ezreal, so this is just a poor decision by you. You just tunnel vision too hard on that Sona and wanted that kill too bad. You should have backed up your Ezreal. You maybe could have saved him from the Hecarim. You know, Thresh has a lot of peel potential. Am I still streaming? Weird. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so poor decision by you to keep pursuing that Sona and splitting from your Ez, who's up here pursuing the Graves. As soon as you saw Hecarim go on Ez, you should have backed out and tried to help him there. As a result, you didn't get any kills and died. So I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right? But just back up your 80 carry. That's the most important thing. So you guys are up a little bit in lane, up a kill in about 13 CS. Ez Rush upgraded boots though, so he's not much stronger than Graves right now. He's faster. Boots of Swiftness is interesting. I'm assuming he's going Triforce with that to make him really, really, really fast, which that's interesting. I don't think that's as terrible as it might seem. Alright, good job there picking up that kill on Sona. You guys are so ahead at this point that landing hooks will result in deaths. Fortunately, Hecarim is really strong. And it's just so dangerous when Hecarim ganks you. But yeah, you guys should keep them interested here since you have Vi coming. So that's one thing you do. Even though you're gonna lose that 2v2 fight, you gotta keep them interested and keep them fighting. Because that's going to ensure that when Vi comes, they're still up here because they think that they can fight you. And then suddenly Vi's there and they're dead. So when you know your jungler's coming, try to keep them interested. And do that by just fighting them. Even in a losing fight, just fight them or act like you're trying to fight them, but you're not sure. It's just, you know, entice them. Dangle the carrot. And try to get them to stay right there. Excuse me. Okay, so Graves is pretty low mana. Sona's so under leveled. And now Graves is even low health. Great hook. I was gonna say that's a dead Graves. So you're doing well in lane. You're landing the hooks that are important. So what you guys need to start looking now is how you can translate the fact that you're crushing this lane into winning the game. And how you do that is by taking objectives, and that's going to start by taking your bottom tower. That's your first place. And from there, also dragons. So dragons and towers. Something where you communicate with your jungle and you say, Vi, we're killing bot, stick around, next time we kill bot, let's take dragon. Just say something like that. Just tell Vi, look, we're owning bot, be ready for dragon, so that you can pressure it and take this dragon the next time you kill bot. The other thing is that you should take this tower. You're crushing the lane, and I guess the longer the laning phase, the more kills you're going to get, but they're getting worth less and less gold. Your team is not doing as well as you are elsewhere, so that global gold is going to be extremely helpful. It's going to open up you guys, since you're so strong, to roam around the map, pressure mid, take mid tower, pressure dragon, pressure enemy red, etc. This really early oracles is something that is not as common anymore, especially since you haven't even taken the first tower, so this is something I don't like seeing. You have a huge advantage. How much gold do you have? You have 3,500 gold right now, and Sona has 2,900, so you have a 600 gold advantage over Sona that you've effectively just... the gold advantage you had is now oracles. That is the gold advantage. So in 4 minutes, unless you get something from those oracles, you don't have an advantage over Sona anymore. I mean, obviously you're higher level, which is big, but I'd much rather see you spend that gold you just spent on oracles on something like, you know, items to make you stronger, whether that's so I'll just watch this. I guess I should watch you. Well, my question is, where are you? Ez is way up here. And, like, getting dove, and where are you? You're, like, roaming in the dragon area, taking people's wards. Your team is dying here, and it took you so long to get down here. I mean, it took you so long. Like, what happened? Okay, so Ezreal left, and you're staying here, farming the wave. Your support, you gotta support your bro. They're all fighting, you see them all mid, and what are you doing? Okay, you get a little pushed out by Hecarim, but then you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get this ward? Like, what? Your team is getting dove right now. Look at this. Your team is getting dove through 2 towers, and you're down here clearing wards? No! You can't do that. You're support. You gotta help support your team. This is a really poor decision by you right here, and this is really, really big. So there are 2 things here that I don't like seeing, that are effectively throwing this advantage you got in lane away from your end. This early oracles. What has this early oracles accomplished so far? It is, you've almost used half of it, let's say. 3/8 or whatever. But you've cleared 2 wards in the dragon area. You haven't gotten dragon with it yet. Maybe you will. Don't walk through Victor's field like that, especially when you throw the lantern for Ez. It's just slight mechanical play. Since you walked in the Victor slow field and as lantern to you, he got slowed as well. If you just walked to the side, neither of you would have been slowed. You might have been able to do something with that. Once again, though, this Oracles, what has it done for you? Nothing. It's a waste of 400 gold so far. I'd much rather see you just turn that gold into strength, that you can bully people in lane and be a presence in team fights. Whether that strength comes in the form of just an earlier Ruby Sightstone, an earlier Locket, etc. Oh, I'm tired. I think the servers for Final Fantasy XIV are supposed to finally be fixed. Except I heard that they weren't really fixed, so that's kind of disappointing. But I'll have to see what's going on with that. So, once again, you're bottom. And why are you bottom, though? What are you doing bottom? You're farming. Okay. But to what end? I mean, I guess I just get this. You're not pushing, so you're not applying pressure on the lane. You haven't cleared Dragon Pit with your oracles, even though there's a ward there. You are just farming as support. I mean, I guess it's good because no one else was farming that wave, and nothing happened mid, so that was fine. But at least push, like actively, and push the wave hard to put pressure on it. Oh, this is really dangerous for you. You can hook yourself over to the dragon though, if you end up getting pressured like that. Okay, Oracle count, 3 wards and no objectives. I'm gonna count, because I just don't like seeing this early of an Oracles, especially when you haven't even taken your lane tower yet. So here's the Oracle count so far. 3 wards, I think. Maybe I'll give you 4, because I haven't been watching too closely. I'll give you 3 to 4 wards and no objectives. No towers, no dragons, no buff steals, nothing. It's a little scary, but you should be able to... Okay. So throwing the lantern to help buy out is good. Good box to slow them down on the chase. So that was good play by you. I was going to say, be ready to follow up Viol with your hook, but you guys, I think that was a good play. So that was fine. You guys got a tower finally. a mid or top tower. I mean, Jin's been pushing really hard. But, I mean, your Oracles is done. So, that early Oracles you picked up was 3 to 4 wards and no objectives. You didn't even clear Baron site. I mean, I really don't like seeing that. At this point in the game now, that was a complete waste of 300 gold because you got like 3 wards. That was a complete waste of 300 gold because you got nothing else. So you're effectively at 5,000 gold where Sona's at 4,600. So you would be 800 gold above her, which is huge. You would have like your null magic mantle on top of this, which would make you a lot tankier. And I just don't like early oracles like that. I don't like seeing that. So anyway, you and Ezreal went from absolutely dunking on your lane to now having very little influence in the game. And so why did that happen? Well, one, this roaming play where your team was getting dove mid and you started going there, then you got pushed out by Hecarim and you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna start hitting wards, and then you, like, that was really bad. You could have. Thresh is a scary champion to have on the enemy team when you're trying to dive. Oh, did you pick up another Oracles? Okay, so you just picked up another Oracles. I don't know, I don't... So I guess you're trying to throw the lantern for Vi, but it was just never in a place she could get to. You put it between her and the enemy team. Yeah, you've spent 800 gold on Oracles that have done nothing for you or your team. Like, you could have your locket if you didn't spend that 800 gold, or not locket, but you could have your Aegis, which is huge. Our items are extremely huge for your team. So I really don't like that you're buying these early Oracles and then not doing anything with them. You still have not cleared this dragon pit. They have had vision of dragon the entire time you've had 2 Oracles. Okay, you're finally clearing it. Anyway, so at this point in the game, Ez isn't, like, Ez is stronger than Grizz, but the other people on their team are so much stronger because you guys are just keep getting caught. And what you can do as a support is be there for your team. For the last 7, maybe 5 minutes, you have not been with your team. You've been solo farming bot, you've been clearing wards, you've been over here. You were with your team for the mid push, and other than that, you haven't been with your team anywhere. As a support, you need to support your team. You're not useful by yourself. You can't exert map pressure by yourself, but you multiply the pressure of people that you're with. Really dangerous for you to stay there and clear that ward. So now you're chunked. Part of that was because you don't have any magic resist because you didn't get that null magic mantle because you've bought 2 oracles. And it's going to be hard to contest this dragon. You've bought 2 early oracles and you're going to lose the dragon. That's not good. Okay, so good engage on Victor by you. Fortunately, since you were low and chunked from that initial spat, you did go down. So since you went down, you're not able to help peel for Rengar, or peel for Ezreal, and Rengar is able to kill him. But you clean up the fight, so that's really good. That was good engage by you. Your team was able to clean it up, so that I don't have anything negative to say about that fight. You did well. Okay, Oracle Man. Oh, you bought another Oracle. Like, at this point in the game, I like the Oracle. This point in the game, Oracle is good. Because you can really establish vision control of Baron and across the map, because most towers are dying now. There's a lot of lateral map movement, so vision's really important. So at this point in the game, I like the Oracles, but this is the first Oracles I agree with. The other Oracles, they were just so early. You hadn't even taken bottom tower. You guys weren't roaming really. You killed like 3 wards with that first one. So my advice would be to go easy on the oracles. I mean, Sona has a... Okay, Sona has a completed item before you do. I just... The Sona that was level 5 when you were level 7 has a completed item before you do. Okay. I didn't see what happened there, but it obviously went well for you guys, so let me rewind. Let's watch anything you could have done better there. Oh, good shark. Bad use of lantern. Decent hook to box. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know why you're going back in here. Now you're just isolated on this side of the tower with no HP. You were out. Once again, a bad lantern. That early lantern, when you see a team diving like that, just save it. So that you can put it deep and help them get back away from the dive. Other than that, you did fine there, except the decision to come back into here. So you guys are winning fights, you guys are strong, and that's good. This is where... Oh, are you getting caught out? Okay. Classic support mistake right here. Warding or dewarding by yourself in the dragon area, and you get caught. Classic support mistake. You need to recognize... Okay, so a couple things. One, when you're leaving the base and coming up here, you need to establish vision in these areas, the areas that they're gonna come to Baron at. It's very important to establish vision here when you have control of it. You have control of this area right now. I just realized my logo things are kind of messed up. Okay. You have control of this area when you're pushed in, they're kind of dead or recalling, and you guys are leaving. You know that they're not in here because they're in their base. So when you have control of that area, that's when you come up here and you ward this, because this is a very dangerous spot to ward when you don't already have vision of it. So it's very important that when you do have control of this area, you take advantage and you ward it. Since you didn't, it's now very dangerous for you to clear here. They're all respawned. You only see Victor bottom. You don't see anyone else on this map. And you take... Okay, this is really, really bad. You take the time to clear this ward when you just saw Sona right here, and you still don't know where anyone else on this map is. That's so scary, especially against a Rengar who can ult and hunt you down. Very, very scary decision here. And this is... Yeah, you're just caught. And there's a good chance that that's going to give the enemy team a Baron. Looks like they'd rather just gank the Vi. Who actually got out. Good jukes by her. But now your team is forced to fight this really bad team because they got caught, they don't have their support, etc. So that was a pretty bad time to get caught right there. And that's... I mean, it's seriously, it's classic support mistakes. Supports do this all the time. They get so focused on warding Baron, clearing Baron, that they don't do it at a good time and they end up getting caught. Can Jhin beat the Victor? Yes, he can. So Jhin is doing a really good job of pushing really hard and putting a lot of pressure on the map. So you guys need to make sure that you're taking advantage of it. So this is not how you take advantage of it. You don't take advantage of it by chasing the enemy team to where Jhin is. You take advantage of it by pushing where you are. He's going to divert pressure to where he is. You don't want to react to the enemy's reaction. You want to force your own play. So they're going to react by sending people bottom. Don't then also react by sending more people bottom, because you're not going to get there in time. But what you can do is put pressure on other lanes like Baron. So now is a good time to establish vision in here because we saw them all bot. You really need vision right here and right here. These are the two spots you really need vision. Here and here. Okay, here, and a mid lane ward here. These three spots will completely see the enemy team as they enter the top half of the map, and these are your three sight stun wards that you should focus on. You don't even need a ward on Baron if you have wards here, and mid lane here. You don't even need a ward on Baron. The only way they can get to Baron without you seeing, if you ward those spots, is if they go all the way up here, and then around and down. And I mean, that's almost never going to happen. Excuse me. So if you just look at your items compared to Sona's, like, your items are equal. You're even a little behind, despite you having 51 CS, because you wasted so much gold on oracles so far in the game. And that vision control you got from the oracles did nothing. So I just cool it on the early oracles. I don't think it's as impactful. You can spend some extra gold on pink wards instead of green wards if you want. That's a good way to spend money because it completely controls vision while giving you your vision, and you know, opens up a lot of gank possibilities. The standoff. Don't lantern just to lantern. It's a very powerful spell when used correctly, and you don't want it to be on cooldown when you really want it to be up. Alright, so it's kind of a really awkward mid-game right now where neither team really knows what to do. Neither team really wants to fight because they're like, I'm not sure. Jhin is split pushing really hard. So you don't want to fight them here, but you do want to keep the pressure so that they can't stop Jhin. So they have one person stopping Jhin right now, two people stopping Jhin. Instead of going bot as a team, you should keep pressuring. But since Violent bot, you guys all have to go bot now. Good box. I'm not real sure on the rest of that fight from you. It was pretty hectic. There was like diving going in, even though you thought they were going out. That's fine. You ultimately landed a really good box. Oh, great hook. Really good job right there. Where's the flay at though? Did you already flay? Yeah, it looks like you already flayed. Good lantern. Great lantern. Oh, you got creep blocked on the tower stump though. Good flay. It's gonna save Vi's life, but you're gonna die for it. So you're a hero. Good job there though. So one of the ways you can be more impactful in these fights is just by having more items because you bought less oracles. I mean, really. You have this huge advantage over Sona, and it's gone now. You wasted so much gold on these oracles. Oh, did I just... Sorry, I wasn't even watching. Okay, back up. Big fight just happened. I should watch this. Okay, so you guys, looks like you know they're trying to Baron, so you guys move in to contest. It takes them forever to do that. Okay. So you come in really late. So your team just kind of tried to force something here. You desperately try to land the lantern on Vi, then you go in here, but I mean, you're screwed. So that's kind of like, well, my team is going ham, so I guess I will. And it got Baron off 3 of them. So 3 for 4, but they lost 3 Baron buffs is worth it for your team, honestly. That's fine. That's fine. It's a big deal to lose the Baron buff. You know, they get the gold from it, but now they lose the buff, so that's a good trade. But you guys are quickly losing control of this game. You guys have had a gold lead all game until just now, so it's really dangerous now that you've lost this gold lead. You want to be a little scared. I don't particularly like Merc Treads on supports. Generally, you're not going to get focused by or CC'd enough for the Merc Treads to matter. And if you are, it's good that they're using CC on you. I think I prefer to see Lucidity boots or Mobility boots, your choice. I prefer Lucidity builds on most supports, especially Thresh. Thresh's abilities are all just so impactful, and each and every one can completely change a fight, that cooldown reduction is extremely strong on him. It's dangerous to group as 5 when 2 of them still have Baron buff. It's exceptionally dangerous to tower dive when 2 of them have Baron buff. So that box left something to be desired. You're doing a good job of remembering to use your locket. Missing that hook is kind of a big deal, but this is just kind of a crazy dive. Once again, don't lantern like kind of randomly. Like I don't understand the point of that lantern. Now Vi is getting chunked and is forced to Q out of here and is really low. You guys are good at kiting, or you and Ez are, so you could probably run away from this. I don't know why you didn't flay Hecker in there. Oh, you should go on that. Okay, there's the burst. I was gonna say Vi and Fizz have a ton of burst potential. This is it's 3v5. You guys are so low, but it is 3v5. You guys maybe turn that if you survive Graves Burst. I guess you guys are all pretty low. But anyway, that's good. That's pretty much a 1 team fight for you guys. You guys kited that out really well, so that was good to see. You have the Shirayas now, which will help you kite it out even more. So back to pushing mid, same old game. So one of the biggest things in like team fights that I can recommend to you is your W's are weird. You're kind of throwing W out randomly. Throw W in team fights to either get 5 people shields or to help. Okay, well, I'll get back to this. Let's watch this team fight. And I'll go ahead and then rewatch it in slow-mo and talk about things you could have done better here. Okay. So your team starts out pretty split. Let's see how this unfolds. Once again, random lantern. Okay, so just once again, random lantern up here. Fizz was down here. Random lantern, he can't get to it. So this lantern did nothing. It didn't shield. Lantern is a big shield. I mean, it's right now it's a 235 damage shield. That's pretty good. That's better than the locket shield. If you get that on 4 people, that's huge in a fight. So you're right here in the middle of everything. So you're right here in the middle, but where are you not? You're not with Ezreal, and you're not able to protect him very well. So you get Sony ulted. You flay Sona that way. You box just Sona, I guess, and Rengar. And then you're staying in the middle of the fight, auto-attacking Sona, igniting her. That was okay. Generally, though, you want to be less of a frontline bruiser, which is almost how you're playing, and more of a backline protect for Ezreal. And like I said, those lanterns, you gotta tighten up your lantern play. And I was just talking about this. Your lanterns are really random. You're like, I'm gonna throw it because someone's over here, but A, you don't even get it near them. You don't get it in a spot where they can get it easily. Oh, look at that nice pile of corpses right here. You don't get it. You're not putting it somewhere where they can easily get it, and you're not putting it anywhere where the shield is valuable for your team. So those are the 2 biggest things. I would save your lantern in team fights, try to get big AoE shields off, or use it to help someone who dove in to get back. So if Fizz dove in really hard and he's in trouble now, that lantern can help him get out. Other than that, shielding is always a good use for lantern, especially because you in solo queue it's not always a guarantee if they're going to even take the lantern, but the shield will always be useful. Yeah, alright. So I mean, this game is so close. You guys can still win with just a good proper team fight. Ooh, really dangerous ward there. Luckily they tried to go on you. Ez is really separated though, is the only unfortunate thing here. Ooh, missed your flay. That's a big deal. That missed flay is a big deal. That meant Hecarim was permanently on Ez, slowing him with Iceborne Gauntlet. That flay might have saved Ezreal if you hit it. Once again in that fight, your lantern was just not good. You lanterned, I think it was Fizz or someone to try to save him, but it just like, it looked like the lantern killed him pretty much, because he just died like right when you threw the lantern. Anyway, so let's see this again. See, you get caught out and they end up initiating when Ezreal is not with you guys. Sona lands a good ulti. Your box ends up just being on Sona though, and this is a problem. And then you go to Lantern Fizz, but he dies before your Lantern even hits it. So you waste your W, you waste your Lantern, and then you miss your Flay. And that's not good. It's hard to win team fights when you miss 2 out of your 4 abilities and use your ult just on Sona. I mean, that's not a good team fight from you. Right, you missed your W, you missed your E, your ult only hit Sona, and you hooked the Rengar because he was on your face, which is okay. So that's not good, and that's probably game. They can end it if they want. Yeah, that's game. Okay, so biggest things with Thresh, you guys did well in lane. So, you did well in lane, you played well in lane mechanically and everything like that, but then what happened? What did you do with the fact that you won the lane? You didn't take bottom tower for a long time. You used the money advantage you had on 2 early oracles that didn't get you anything. That was 800 gold down the drain. Okay, maybe 600 if you count the gold you got from killing wards. That just went down the drain because it didn't help you get any objectives or anything like that. You didn't push bottom tower. I know I already said that, but it's so big. You guys were so much stronger than them, and you didn't push bottom tower till like 20 minutes. You gotta push that tower. That opens up roam potential. That opens up map potential. Taking bottom tower, that it opens up. You can shove the wave in all the way to here. Bottom lane, their bottom lane has to stay here, which means you have control of this whole area. They can't even really get to here. You can contest their red buff, you can contest the dragon, you can just go and push mid because their bot lane has to stick here and they can't follow you, and you can push down mid and keep getting that global gold to help your team out. So the biggest so your biggest mistakes on not capitalizing on your lane advantage were early oracles, wasting your gold, and just a complete lack of objective focused play. You did not focus on getting that tower. You did not focus on getting dragons. Those 2 things you should have had all day because you were just completely owning that lane. That's something you talk to your jungle, you say, come get dragon, come get dragon. You start pinging it. You tell Ez, you say, push this lane, push this lane. The other thing is that you threw that advantage away because while you were stronger, you did not make plays and you had no influence anywhere on the map. And there's just this play where your team was getting dove between their 2 towers, and you're really late. Ezreal starts booking it down there, and you just stay, and then you're like, okay, I guess I'll go. And Ezreal's down here getting dove between the towers while you're here, and you see Hecarim, and you're like, okay, Hecarim, fuck this, and you go and you start taking wards because you have an oracles and there's a ward, and you take 2 wards while your team is getting dove between these towers. I can't emphasize enough how much of a mistake that was. That is not a good thing to be doing when you are the lane that's winning for your team. When you are the lane that's crushing, you need to carry the game. And you don't carry the game by letting your team get dove while you're farming wards. And that was a sign of bad things to come. So this game it got away from you because you wasted money on early wards, you didn't focus objectives, and really this play, while it's just like one set of kills, it was a big deal because your team lost a lot of pressure on the map because of this. The enemy team was like, oh hey, we're strong enough to dive you guys at 15 minutes in 2 towers and come out ahead of that. That's not good. You gotta assert your dominance. Don't let them do that. You know, that's bad. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry, my scrolly text is wrong. It's not Silver 3 Vein. Let me just get rid of that. Anyway, I'm done for now. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter for updates and news regarding my streaming if I have to cancel or anything like that. And thanks everyone. I will see you next time. Oh.